Hey, Stone Crabs fans. Stone Crabs broadcaster John Vittas here. We wanted to get you in touch with one of the Stone Crabs players while you all try and enjoy your quarantine as best as possible. So, Stone Crabs pitcher and Tampa Bay Rays prospect Drew Strotman joins us. Drew, thanks for joining us.
Yep. Just, killing time in quarantine. Happy to be here.
Now, we're all kind of in the same boat here. Everybody's at home, just wondering when baseball is going to be back up and running again. Tell the fans at home what you Rays prospects have been up to these last few weeks.
We've been doing our best to stay in shape and, take every bit of news that we get from the team in stride and be ready when baseball resumes.
So, what's it like getting your work in? Because you're obviously trying to stay ready for a season whenever that might start. And obviously, gyms are closed and a lot of fields and public parks are closed, and the complex is closed. So, where are you able to throw, and what are you doing on a day-to-day basis to stay sharp?
Essentially Monday to Friday, just at a local park, getting throwing in, and then doing our best with body weight workouts and such. No gym access, and staying on top of nutrition as best you can to keep the body in shape.
So it really is up to you guys as individuals to try and stay in shape for whenever the season does start. What's the hardest part? What's changed the most for you with that workout regimen?
I guess just, finding a schedule, always is, whether it be spring training or in season or even now, as a baseball player, you have to adapt and find the schedule that works for you. So for me, it's closer to in season, sleep in, wake up, get your throwing, get your workout in. And then other than that, rest and recuperate.
Now, most of your teammates and fellow race prospects are back home. You're still in Northport at the house that you live in. So you're still kind of in the area, still nearby and enjoying the warm weather. But for some of your teammates that I'm sure you've stayed in touch with, it's a whole different story. It's still pretty cold up north. And some towns are obviously more shut down than others. So what are some of the other stories you've heard from your fellow teammates about what they've had to deal with in terms of getting their work in?
I saw a video from Simon Rosenblum, who we had all last year in the Stone Crabs, throwing a bullpen in 30-degree weather, winds, and snow outside. I know some guys can only hit at facilities that are on school campuses really late at night, so they go out even at 11 p.m. to go hit in the cage. Everybody's just trying to make best of the very limited resources that they do have access to while home, because even a lot of places they work at during the off season are not open during quarantine.
Yeah, a lot of strict rules, and of course, for good reason too. I assume a lot of guys have their parents and girlfriends and wives throwing BP to them and playing catch with them as well. I mean, it's really whoever you can find that's nearby, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you've seen the video of Brandon Lau, his wife flipping him wiffle balls in the garage. That's pretty entertaining. I'm sure there's plenty of guys doing stuff like that, or tee work into a net, throwing into a net. Just a lot of individual, whether it be a net or a wall. That's how baseball players are going to get their work in this time of year.
Yeah, a lot different April schedule for you guys than what you were expecting. We'll talk a little bit about your development. You had the Tommy John surgery like almost 2 years ago now. So you've worked your way back. You got to the Stone Crabs at the end of last season, spent the last month with us, and obviously probably will start with the Stone Crabs. Of course, you never know, but hopefully get up to the AA level sooner rather than later. You got the rare opportunity to pitch in the Arizona Fall League last year. So you played some of the more recent professional American baseball there was to offer. I know a lot of prospects love playing in Arizona. That's a really cool league with a lot of exposure. What was it like for you, and how do you think it helped you develop not only with your elbow, but also getting to face some of the best hitters that minor league baseball has to offer?
Right. So for me, it was developing or redeveloping the comfort of being out there as a starter, 5, 6 innings, and building upon those innings. In Arizona, great scene, great atmosphere, great guys to play around, and then obviously getting to pitch against some of the highly touted prospects in baseball was cool and good for me to see those matchups and have an idea of when I do face those guys in the future how I want to pitch them, because that's half of the battle being a pitcher is collecting information on hitters to know how to get them out, know what they do like, what they don't like. So that was a big plus of seeing those guys and being in Arizona.
And I'm sure it gave you some confidence going into this year, knowing that you're healthy, knowing that there's less restrictions on you going into this year. And we don't know when the season's going to start. We hope that it's as soon as possible. We hope there's fans. We hope it's exciting. But what do you think it's going to be like when you first get back out there with your teammates, whether there's fans or not, those first couple of games where things are pretty much back to normal for you guys? What do you think it's going to feel like?
Gosh, I think it's going to be weird no matter what. This year, I've already chalked up to it's going to be weird, but you're going to have to adapt to the discomfort and just get back to playing baseball. Everybody is going to be, you know, absolutely chomping at the bit to get back out there and super excited when it does happen, just because we've kind of been held back on leash that much longer. But when it does happen, it's going to be a lot of fun, but it's going to be weird to be back at it. And who knows what the rules and leagues are going to look like when it happens.
It's going to be interesting for sure. We're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to seeing you back on the mound at Charlotte Sports Park, hopefully sooner rather than later. Drew, hang in there. Keep getting those reps in, and we can't wait to see baseball live whenever it does come. Thanks for the time. We appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.